Multi-day whitewater kayaking trips can provide some of the most memorable times you'll ever have in a boat, but a little preparation to ensure you have the right gear and packed in the right way are essential to make sure you have a good time. Deciding what to take and what to leave behind is often the hardest part. You never want to travel without a safety pin kit, breakdown paddle, first aid kit, food, shelter, water, and appropriate clothing layers. You can decide how luxurious you go within each category depending on where you are going and the length of your trip. Once you know what you're taking, it's important to determine how to keep things dry, and that means if you swim. Hard cases work well for some items, but aren't as easy to pack into your kayak as softer cases like watershed dry bags. Other bags work well for items that you'd like to keep dry, like your tent, but where it won't be the end of the world if it ends up wet. Final step is fitting it all into your boat. Ideally, you want to spread the weight evenly throughout the bow and stern. I usually pull out my bulkhead and put heavier items that I won't need throughout the day, like canned food, fuel, and my stove. The stern end is usually packed with my sleeping system and any extra clothes, then camera and safety gear closest to the cockpit. Some people choose to paddle with gear between their legs. If you decide to go this route, make sure the items in your cockpit will not prevent you from getting out of your boat. No gear is worth that risk. One way to make it more safe is to leave those items loose instead of tying them in. It means they'll swim when you do, but it's better than being stuck in your kayak. A 4-piece breakdown for every 2 boaters is a great idea. I've seen people drill small holes in their blades and attach them to the footscrew bulkhead and tuck them under the hip pads. I usually use a mesh laundry bag to keep all the pieces together and to be able to clip them in. When you're packing for an expedition or a night or weekend away, the pounds can really add up. Check the weight range on your kayak to ensure that with all the gear you're bringing, plus yourself, you stay within it. Boats handle very differently when they're loaded, so it's a good idea to try it out on a familiar run that is well within your paddling ability. For tips on selecting the best gear for overnight kayak trips, go to rapidmag.com.